Got the tall one in the front and the small one in the back. Okay.
Those get installed. Put the screws in, just make them finger tight for now. Having magnetic bits always helps.
Okay.
The slot in the machine lines up with the slot in this roller right here for location.
Oh, okay.
The legs get inserted and there are screw holes in two directions. They're at a 90-degree angle, so two fasteners are going to be on the outside and two are on the inside of the machine. So slide that in place like that. And insert two pan head screws on the outside, and the other cap screws get mounted on the inside of the machine.
Okay.
This is the screw package for the machine. You get pan head screws and you get cap screws. The pan head screws fasten the legs from the outside, and the cap screws fasten from the inside. Don't yet tighten the exterior screws all the way down because the leg may need some adjusting to get the other screws in.
Two top covers.
And they have 4 screws that retain them that have to be removed. Two from one end, 2 from the other. This is done to get access to the inside of the machine to place the remaining screws. Set these up to the side.
Remove the cover plate.
By the control panel
Control panel, okay.
to get access to the interior screw placement.
Okay. And these screws for the legs from the inside.
That shows a complete, all the fasteners. And then at this point they can be snugged down.
Tighten them up, okay.
with the appropriate Allen wrench that they include in the tool package.
We're back on.
At this point, go ahead and replace the cover over the control panel that we took off previously. The forged screws that retain it in place.
The bolts for the size adjustment.
Different size strap. So you want to widen that all the way. Strap, for example.
3/8" strap.
Take the guide, push it back over against the sample size piece of strap, and then snug down the 2 retaining screws.
So you're setting the size for your strapping.
This is the brake assembly and the axle for the spool that goes underneath the machine. The brake assembly has to be attached to the brackets for the spool, which goes in these 2 holes right here, which necessitates the removal of these 2 screws on the end of the brake assembly, as well as these 2 spools, these 2 screws on the top of the brake assembly.
Screws. Attaching that to the other piece for the brake.
This is a sub-assembly that's easier to do outside and then attach the entire assembly to the machine itself. At this point, you want to remove these 4 fasteners from the spool assembly.
For the bottom of the machine, from the inside with 2 screws.
Sorry.
There. Brake on there. That's 1 screw.
Leave them finger tight for now.
Other
Don't tighten
2
them all the
screws
way.
for the brake system on.
4 screws, actually.
4 screws.
And they go from the inside, the blue painted side, into the part. then go back and finally tighten down the 2 initial screws that were put in.
Bolts. These bolts so that we can assemble the coil assembly. And we want to keep the first one on, just taking off the second one, the second nut.
Yeah, they stay on. I'll show you this. Let me do one set.
Nuts off, you're going to install a bracket.
So the installation is the reverse. And you'll repeat that pattern for all 3.
Install the coil assembly.
There's one fastener that goes through the actual axle shaft for the coil assembly that has to be removed. Remove that in order to get the inside of the drum attached. One thing you can do, hold this drum up out of this thing up out of the way for me.
Oh,
Slide the inside of the drum off, and then lining up the hole with the hole that's in the inside of the drum, replace the fastener that you had just previously removed. And tighten.
Put the base cover on.
And then install the locking nut, which is a reverse thread. So to tighten, you turn to the left.
Put
The
the
brake
spring.
assembly spring snaps into one of these adjustment holes, depending on how much tension you want to put on the brake. So just take one end of the spring, put it in, fasten it, take the other end of the spring and hook it over the pin on the brake. And that's
We
completed.
need to put the fence on the cover.
This top part of the fence with the flange facing up goes over the 2 screw holes, and then just replace the screws. On both halves. And that's assembled. At this stage, just replace the 2 halves of the top cover, lining up the screw holes. Replace the 4 mounting screws, and that should complete the job.
That's it.